Good morning. My name is Griffin. I'm from Vermont and appreciate the opportunity to speak here today. I'm excited to be at my first PWS conference and get to know and spend time with other kids and adults impacted by this condition. As I live in a small town in Vermont, I haven't had many chances to spend time with others in the PWS community. I will be here throughout the conference to share my story and speak to the other kids and parents who are interested. Everyone here knows the feeling of learning that your child will encounter struggles related to this diagnosis. And I'm here to let you know that your child is unique in many ways. And like me, your child's challenges and strengths will be her or his own. Let me take me for example. I was born with small hands and small feet, couldn't wake up, and had no sucking reflex. I was born late, but presented as a preemie. When I was born, the doctors ignored the signs and didn't order any more tests. They just thought I was a preemie. When I was born, my mother knew that there was something different about me, and she continued to pursue a diagnosis. I finally diagnosed with PWS when I was 7. Looking back, it worked out for me that I did not have any early diagnosis because it allowed my parents to believe that anything was possible. As my pediatrician said, before and after the diagnosis, I have the Griffin Syndrome. They just treated the problems that were there in the moment and didn't think too much about the future. They believed in me and pushed me to my limits. They didn't find excuses for me when I struggled. They accepted a lot from me because they could see that I wanted a lot. When I was growing up, many things were hard for me, but that didn't stop me from doing everything my mind was set to do. I had to wear special leg braces for many years. We called them my secret stripes. I had trouble getting in and out of the car, up and down the stairs, writing with a pencil, speech, using my tongue, and all sports except swimming. We had help from the SLPs, PTs, OTs, but mostly my family created their own therapies for me in the woods, at the farm, and in our house. On many occasions, they wondered if this was the day I couldn't, and maybe wouldn't, meet a challenge. But they persisted in helping and pushing me to improve in all areas. It helped that I too didn't think there were any barriers for me, and I was stubborn. Starting in 3rd grade, my parents let me go away to camp. I always chose camps that were based in the woods. And the past 2 summers, I went on 4-week expeditions in the Canadian wilderness in Ottawa, Ontario. I traveled by car with my parents to Montreal, and then by bus to the Temagami region. When I stepped foot on the bus, I knew I was going to be set off on an independent journey with 16 other campers. We would travel by boat and foot down a long river that had many surprises on the way, and we carried everything that we needed for almost 1 month. I love this opportunity because it allowed me to live with a group of teenagers and become a family and share our deep thoughts. This was one of the only times I would share that I had challenges around food and social interactions in my childhood. I loved going in the woods and giving the river and the portages all that I could offer. This was a learning and acceptance trip for me and others which allowed everyone to feel safe and at home. These experiences showed me that I have what it takes to have independence and gives me more opportunities to explore the world. I'm hoping to do a semester program next year, which is an expedition from the Arctic Circle to New York City by foot and boat. When I was younger, my parents didn't tell school that I had PWS, and I had a lot of independence, probably more than most kids, because I was very responsible. When I got to high school, the food environment was harder. We decided to share my diagnosis so that I could learn strategies and skills that I could use when I go to college and I'm on my own. Now that I'm a junior, I need to think about my future and how I will independently, live independently as a person with PWS. I expect that it will be difficult, as I never know where or when I will encounter food. Sharing my diagnosis with some of my teachers and classmates is a first step toward my future and independence. So, who am I now? I'm a very active 17-year-old who loves to be involved with everything and push myself to my limits. I took my first college class this summer in biomedical science and got an A. I was on the college campus by myself each day. I'm on student council for the second year. I'm participating in the Adams Family School play. I have earned letters in cross country and track, and I'm on track to graduate in 4 years, taking high-level classes. Science is my favorite subject, with Latin as a close second. I have a passion for medicine and want to work in the field someday. I love people and animals and would enjoy nothing more than helping others throughout my life. Last year, I received the Community Service Award for a school for volunteering over 100 hours. Each Christmas, I donate to a cause because I think everyone and everything deserves a better life. My current goal is to finish high school while preparing for college, both academically and socially. Part of being able to do all of that I do is learning ways to cope with my challenges, which I realized that cope with my challenges, which includes hyperphagia, and accept that today that is a big part of my life. Last year, I realized that I needed to have support in school. I advocated for myself with my school and parents, telling them that I needed my teachers to have some education about PWS and for the school to become a more safe food environment. At the beginning of the school year, Stacy Ward presented to all of my high school faculty via Skype. She also visited the school to give a more in-depth presentation to my teachers. She will also be coming to observe me during the school day to find ways that I can balance my safety and my independence. Additionally, my high school finds way that they can change some of its policies around food in the classroom and hallways. That makes things healthier for all students in the school, not just for me. The principal also informed the faculty about the importance of keeping food out of sight and locked up. These changes have reduced my stress level. I also advocated, along with my parents, to have a one-on-one support person throughout the school day and during and after school activities. I now have an ABA therapist and a behavioral interventionist who acts as an extra set of eyes and who keeps me accountable so that I can focus on school. With all the changes that have been put into place, I'm beginning to realize that with a safe food environment, I've seen an increase in my academic ability. I'm learning a lot more and understanding even more than I have in the past years. With the changes in the school environment around food, for all students, I'm feeling like I can be more independent and may need less one-on-one support. Having hyperphagia and PWS is a challenge, not a weakness. I realize that sharing with others and asking for changes and support makes it easier for me to live in the world. I really look forward to working within the PWS community to not only find a cure, but act as a role model for all the kids learning to navigate the world with their own unique PWS strengths and challenges. I hope I encourage all of you to help your children find the things they are passionate about and help them pursue it. Thank you for inviting me to speak here today, and I look forward to the opportunity to visit all of you throughout the conference and into the future.